Good morning.
Happy Saturday morning.
Dude, Saturday the 5th, I don't know why my back hurts, but maybe it was from standing up watching all the fireworks all night last night.
Yeah, could be.
Could be. I don't know. Well, guys, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for July 5th, 2025. Today, we've got a great show. We're going international again. Last week or last time we were on, we had the guys from the UK. We had Tom Bagley and Ken White. Well, Ken White is coming back. He is now on site at Street Week Sweden. He's our international correspondent. He'll be on live this morning, and he's been posting some photos already. Dude, super cool cars over there.
Yeah.
Super cool. And then the other international guest we're going to have is Jason Richardson, the host and promoter for East Coast Dragon Drive. He's going to be on here talking about that event. It's the first year for it, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to give you the top 7 Dragon Drive World Champion points standers right now. Mr. Eric, hit that intro video. Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of the Drag Drive Repeat News, which is what you're watching right now, and the show, which happens live on Wednesday nights. It's kind of our long format, I'll call it. It's at least 2 hours long lately, sometimes much longer, up to 5 hours if we have the right guests on and doing a mega week, mega show. But I'm the host of that and those two, and live this Drag and Drive life. My right hand man, my co host, Mr. Eric White. Tell him what you, excuse me, tell him what you got going on, dude.
I am Eric White, co host of the show and the news. Big shout out to Fro for filling in for me on Wednesday night while I was taking care of some stuff. So
Yep.
glad to see he was able to step in. I help out with everything drag, drive, repeat, the circuit, artwork for other events. And lately I've been really hammering Motorsports Paparazzi, which is one of the two YouTube channels that I run myself. So it's been going crazy. It's been fun to see.
Yeah, you've got what 2, 3, 4 million views in the last month, guys. If you're not following Motorsports Paparazzi, get over there and do it. Man, just gangbusters over there. It's crazy how like we've learned like a little bit every time. We learn a little more every time. And this Motorsports Paparazzi channels, man, it's awesome. I'm proud of
Yeah,
the dude. Awesome.
it's probably going to pass 815 LSX swaps, I would say, in another, I don't know, I give it a month maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Well, guys, we can't do all of that without you guys. Our race car friends really make the world go round around here. And we appreciate you guys being here this morning. Hit the share button as we come in and start doing this. Again, thank you so much. I took a little bit of time off yesterday, and it was cool to come back this morning at like 7 and see a whole bunch of comments on stuff. People interacting with all the drag drive repeat stuff, with the stuff I was posting. We are posting up some photos within the circuit and the drag driver repeat page, and dude, it's just going crazy. So we appreciate everybody that's out there doing all of that stuff, and of course our sponsors can't do all of this without them. So if you're trying to spend a little money or do some shopping, hit these guys up: Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. If just do some shopping over there for us, we'd appreciate that. And then Summit, of course, being our title sponsor here at the show, news, and the circuit. That we're going to talk about here in a little bit as well. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. Summit fuels your passion, saves you money, delivers fast, and offers top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and on the On All Cylinders podcast if you want to find more automotive discussions like what you're listening to right here. From humble origins to the social media lane. Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Speaking of speedy needies, um, Summit Racing Autocross Week happens in just a couple weeks. I think like 10 days, actually, to be honest with you. I don't like to get my speed by turning. I like to go straight and do that. But there are some guys that like to turn left and right and not just be off the end of the track. So this is very similar to a drag and drive. This is, I mean, if you were into making turns, this would be your spot to go to. This is going to be crazy, to be honest with you. The event just continues to grow, and there's still time to get signed up for it. The one thing I wish they would change, and I guess I don't even have a dog in the fight, so it doesn't matter, but you can't change your tires. So whatever you race on, you like you have to drive on. So that seems pretty wild to me to have that kind of to have that rule. You know, I mean, I know there's some guys that do that within drag and drive, but like it's very, very small. This is for everyone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what their reason is behind that. Why why they do that, because I don't see it as an advantage to anybody if they bring a set of wheels and change. I mean, if you can haul them on a trailer or
Right.
however, that's what Drag and Drive does. So I'd be
Yeah.
I'd be curious to wonder who came up with that and what the reason behind it was.
Well, and I'm the same way. Like, how much faster could these things be if you let them have some slick tires for the autocross and then street tires for the rest of the stuff?
Right. Right.
Because you're
Because to
probably
me,
not
it's a
gonna.
it's a
Go ahead.
safety hazard too. Like if
Yeah.
you know we see what happens when you run radials or slicks on the street if you
Yep.
run into some weather. So I
Yep.
feel like you would rather have them bring some street tires to change, because I would imagine a lot of those guys are running on some kind of special tire for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would think they would have some kind of super sticky, this, and maybe that's the thing. They're like, hey, if you're willing to drive on that tire, then I mean, have at it. But
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. That just seems like an interesting thing to me because from a media standpoint, the tire change gives you so much more content because now you're not driving in driving on slicks that are out there. Man, I
Yeah.
have allergies this morning, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on over here, but my nose has started running and I choked up earlier. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
So autocross week is something that'd be cool to go check out one day. Obviously,
yes.
with our schedule, it's tough, but I know I just read that they had a track change recently too. I don't know
Mm,
the story behind that. It sounded like something happened with one of the tracks and they had to adjust their route and track. So anybody
yep.
that is following along, make sure you pay attention to that. But
Yeah. Make sure you get your hotels changed now.
yeah. Yeah, because it's just like a drag and drive, right? You got hotels, you got different days, different
Yeah.
tracks. So it really is the autocross equivalent of drag and drive.
Right. Oh, hang on. Can you take that next part? I got to send Ken White a link.
Ah, yeah. So drag drive repeat merch. Well, I guess one last thing here with Autocross Week. If this is something that you guys are into, you can definitely check that out. You can go to Summit Autocross Week and get hooked up with those guys and maybe enter that.
Hmm.
Uh, we've talked before. Is there anybody that has ran drag and drive and an autocross week? Because that'd be something kind of cool too.
Yep. I wondered when I was putting that note in this morning, I'm like, I wonder if it's if there's like a third style and we could maybe triple crown that thing.
Yeah, like a drift and drive or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine
Yeah.
the same car, drag and drive, autocross and drive, and then drift and drive? That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, the 240 I got would be perfect. A
Yeah.
couple minor tweaks, some suspension changes and tire changes, and I'd be good to go. Probably not competitive in any of the three, but just to say that you've done it
Hey,
would be cool.
yep, that's exactly right. Well, let's get rolling here. Yeah, again, Summit merch, the Drag Driver Pete Summit branded merch, you can pick it up whenever you're shopping on there. I see Eric's wearing it this morning, and I'm wearing it. Twinkies, buddy. We're rolling. The Circuit 2025 updates. There are photographers dropping their photo albums like crazy.
So many photos.
So many photos. So if please, please listen to me. Go in there and tag your friends. Even if you didn't go to the event, go in there looking for your friends and make sure they're tagged. There's I don't know, man. I had to list them out. So there's going to be Drag Driver Pete. Obviously, he's going to have our own albums with it. The Circuit Page is going to have its own albums. 3G Video, Go Fast Photography, Morrow Photography, Fodad Media, FO-DAD Media, and then Merriman Racing, G-Man Creates. There's two or three others that I'm forgetting, but lots of stuff that's going on over there. So please jump over when you see something for the circuit. Tag your friends. Make sure
Yeah,
that they know that those photos are out there.
there's definitely a few that I've seen pop up that I didn't even know were there. So definitely
Yeah.
cool to see all those.
Yep. Sean Rose saying, pull the Guido special and drive 3 times the distance of drag and drive and hit 2 on the same trip. That's exactly right. Yep.
Yeah, how cool would that be too? Actually, speaking of that, like go to what events are coming up after autocross week? Because that'd be cool. You go on a do an
Oh
autocross
yeah.
week and then roll right into a drag and drive.
Right. So we would have see autocross week is the 20th. You could hit Heads Up Hustle. It's in Michigan.
Kind of same ish area because I think autocross week is in the Midwest.
Yep. PA and all that kind of stuff. That would be awesome. All right, man. Let's jump into this here. Driven Racing Oil event updates, please, sir.
Yep. Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application, whether you're launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off road and circle track, aka Autocross Week,
Yeah.
or pushing limits in top field drag boats and demo derbies. Winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cling and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. It's crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil, then enhanced with state of the art additive packages. GP1 offers the best in protection and performance. DrivenRacingOil.com is where you can go pick up oil, or Driven Racing Oil on Facebook and Instagram. Find out what event they're going to be at next, and then head over and pick up some oil from them at the event. So we've been lucky. We've seen Driven Racing Oil at Mega Week and the circuit, and they
Mhm.
were at Six Summer. So we've been around Driven Racing Oil quite a bit and appreciate everything they do.
Yeah, they are awesome. That's for sure. All right. Street Week Sweden is going on right now. We've got Ken White on the show here in just a little bit to talk about, like he's going to kind of give us a walkthrough of the pits. So probably bring him on in about 30 minutes, something like that. And I'm excited to see him on here talking about that. He's obviously this is his first trip there, and it looks like they got some super cool stuff. So make sure you're following Ken White on Facebook.
Yeah, Stony here makes a good point. Drag and Drive, Autocross Week, and King of the Off Road.
No, man, that would be a triple crown. The 240 is not going to do King of the Off Road.
No, I saw those photos, but looks like a good time though. That looked
Yeah,
like a lot of fun.
that is for sure. Well, man, run us through some events here.
All right, next up we've got All Stars Drag and Drive coming up here July 10th through 13th, so just 5 days that'll kick off, and that starts at Willowbank Dragway. And then we also have the Streetcar Challenge 2025, which is a new event. This is the following week, July 17th through 20th, and that is at Baileyton Drag Strip.
Hmm. And then Road Trip Drag Challenge. We're moving back over to Australia. So you've got 2 Australian events nearly back to back. So Road Trip Drag Challenge number 2 event for the year is July 18th through 20th.
Yep. And then we've got Miles of Mayhem. This is July 20th through 25th in Remby, Canada. So again, another outside of the U.S. event. So tons of events in the month of July that aren't actually here in the U.S.
Yep. Yeah, it's taken over the world, man. That's
Yep.
I think that's like 7 or 8 in Canada as well. So
Yeah.
this Miles of Mayhem, obviously the first Canadian drag and drive event up there. This one's the OG. This one's the one to do, and I'm excited to see the cars that are coming out. They get faster and faster every year.
Yep.
And then, of course, Heads Up Hustle ends out the month, July 25th through 27th. You guys got to come up to Ubley or Mid Michigan Motorplex and listen to this sweet, buttery voice. I hope I don't have allergies then as well, to get us up right there. Heads Up Hustle, third year for it, second year for me to announce. I'm really excited about this event.
Yep.
Danny saying he put 982 miles this last week starting off at the circuit. He drove all the way out to California, and man, he's had an adventure, that's for sure. And then to kick off the month of August, we got King of the Open Road at Tulsa Raceway Park. I'm really excited about this. Roll racing, 150, 200-mile cruise around. I'm sure he's going to have some really scenic spots of that part of Oklahoma because they typically focus on Oklahoma City area. So this should be pretty awesome to see what Jared has planned for August 1st through 3rd there at Tulsa Raceway Park.
And of course, you guys know the deal. To see the full list of all the events going on this year, dragdriverepeat.com slash event list dash 2025.
Yeah, this one here, man, it's crazy. When you look at the map that we're showing here on the screen for the folks that are listening on the podcast, um, there's a cluster like you know Missouri and east. So we need
Mhm.
some more westernly drag and drives for sure. I mean, there's nothing in New Mexico, nothing in Arizona, nothing in Utah. There's one event in Colorado, nothing in Nevada, nothing in California. I mean, I guess kind of Redwood Rally kind of skirts that, but you know what I'm saying here. We need some stuff out west. So if you
Yeah.
guys are planning on one, let's talk about it.
Yep. No doubt.
All right. Thanks again to Driven for coming on board. We appreciate them and all they're doing for the Drag and Drive community, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. 100%. Those guys are great.
All right. Let's Deech works here and bring in this is we're going to talk about our Drag and Drive World Champion points. Then we're going to bring in Jason from East Coast Drag and Drive. So DeechWorks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings. Everything, all fuel. If you need fuel, it's got it. Engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 2,200 horsepower. Since its founding, DeechWorks has been committed to delivering quality, innovation, and precision to the automotive performance industry. Every DW product is built to maximize reliability and efficiency, ensuring optimal fueling solutions for racers, tuners, and performance enthusiasts worldwide. Find them on deechworks.com, and it's spelled like it says on the screen. I'm not going to spell all that out for you. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry leading customer support, DeechWorks continues to drive the future of high performance fueling. Let's talk about the top 5 Drag and Drive World Champion point standings as of right now, or top 5. We're actually going to go to 7, but Randy Seward, current 850 champion, 850 points champion, and second overall in 2024, has scored more points in 2025 already than he did in 2024. He's already at 112 points. Obviously, he has scored every point possible for his car and ET and all that kind of stuff at all the events. He's set records, he's won classes, and he's gone definitely into the eights at every event that he's gone to. Big Sky is his 1/8 mile event that we allow for the Dragon Drive World Champion, and he did that 6 days after completing Mega Week.
Right.
So Big Sky is absolutely insane. So he did like 2,300 miles or something like that on a Dragon Drive in the month of June. So again, Randy Seward, congratulations, sir. You're leading the Dragon Drive World Champion points presented by Summit Racing. And Bryant Goldstone is in second place now.
Mm-hmm.
So this creates an interesting situation for Randy because Randy's having hip surgery very soon. But Randy has one more event throughout the end of the year. But if Goldstone does what Goldstone does, is he going to win it again? Like there's some people that are rolling on the bottom there that are just under it with 2 events, but man, he's got a handle on it for sure. 93 points currently right now for Bryant Goldstone. 39 points from Rocky Mountain Raceway Group A, 38 points from Six Summer, and 16 points from a sick week DNF. So because he didn't finish, he did make a few days of racing. He ends up with 16 points there. That puts him in second at 93 points. And our number 3 racer drops from second place to third, Mr. Azim Sheik, who has said he's going to drag week.
Okay.
70 points for Azim, 35 points at both Rocky Mountain Race Week Group A and Six Summer. So congratulations to that dude doing 2 hard events back to back as well. He's currently third spot with 2 events. You can see it's going to take 3 to ever win this, unless you're going to be absolutely out front. I see Danny saying, "Go, Randy, go." Yep. Um, Kind of following those 3 up is Lamar Swindell and Steve Morris are tied for fourth with 68 points, so 2 points down from Azim. Alex Taylor is in sixth with 67 points, and then Bob Gruber and David Deal are tied for seventh with 65 points. So 3 points separate the next 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously once we get closer, the ETs will matter and all that kind of. The faster car will always be further ahead, all that kind of stuff. But for right now, that's what we'll work on. The next qualifying event is Street Week Sweden, which is happening right now. The odds of somebody racing in the U.S. and then racing at Street Week Sweden is pretty small. So we'll see how that goes. But the odds of someone racing at Street Week Sweden that maybe has raced at Sick Week or something like that can be out there. And then Miles of Mayhem is next, July 20th. That'll be another qualifying event. Again, we're getting closer to what is here in the States. And then, of course, Sick Michigan Miles in August will be our third event that qualifies as we're coming up on stuff. So I see Tom Bagley asking, where can we find the standings? I haven't got them updated all yet because I've got to make sure all my I's are crossed and T's dotted because, like, some people get points for a record, some people don't. So I got to go through and physically, like, manually do all of that. So, anyways, that's kind of exciting. So,
At some point, it'll be updated on the
yes.
dragdriverpete.com website.
Yeah. Yeah. We're working on a way to get that available there for sure. All right. Well, let's talk about some car change 3D stuff because I want to bring in Jason Richardson here in just a second. Car Change 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one off keychain for that special person's special car. Find more at carchange3d.com or on social by searching Car Change 3D on Facebook and Instagram. So, we talked about East Coast Drag and Drive the last few weeks. Here's some parts available from Car Change. We talked about East Coast Drag and Drive the last couple of weeks. This is a brand new event for 2025. And anytime we have a new event, we'd love to talk to the promoter or the host and kind of find out, where it came about. What did you learn? What did you hate? Are you coming back? Type stuff. So let's bring on Mr. Jason Richardson. He is the promoter and founder and host and all the stuff of the East Coast Drag and Drive. Sir, how are you this morning?
Wonderful. Yourself?
Man, we are doing great. Loving this weather here in the States. Now you're in New Brunswick, so tell us what's the weather like up there for you guys?
It's pretty good. It's probably going to be around 25 today, our temperature.
Yeah. Did you guys shoot off some fireworks last night?
No, not last night. Would have been July 1st.
Ah, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. Well, we appreciate you coming on this morning. I know it's a little later up there. We're kind of getting into your morning time here. I think we're around 11 or 11:30 up there. Is that right?
Yep, 11:30, 11:20.
Nice. All right. Well, tell us, like, where this thing came from. Where did East Coast Drag and Drive get its start?
It was just kind of something that in 2019, I had went to Hot Rod Drag Week, buddy of mine. Um, Really, I love the atmosphere. It I'm the tech guy at Miramichi Dragway, so always around the drag racing community, and
Hmm.
the community is great, but the drag drive community is beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we say all the time. It's the best car community out there, man. Everybody is focused on everybody finishing, getting a good race. If they're going to beat you, they want to beat you at their best.
Yes.
Well, give us the format, man. What kind of, a lot of these events are choosing different stuff, especially regional events. So what was y'all's format?
Well, I tried to make it something that I knew that my car count wasn't going to be crazy for the first year. So I really
Mm-hmm.
tried to make something that there was a class for everyone. And that is why we did the DYO eighth mile and quarter mile class,
Mm-hmm.
to try to get some of the guys that first time guys really had something to kind of get their foot in the door and try it. Uh, I knew the 1150 class, there was a lot of guys that wanted that class. So that was something that had to happen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the 950 and 1050 were kind of more, I knew I had some cars for them. And when I started out the event, I had probably about 7 cars in each class, but just, guys waiting on
Mm-hmm.
parts and
Yep.
guys breaking last minute. The car numbers didn't happen in them 2 classes.
So, are you like me in the sense that if I have a low car count in a class, I really look hard at if I should continue that, and we replace stuff all the time with the circuit.
Yeah, I am planning on doing an event in 2026 because I did get some really good reviews back over this one.
Nice.
Um, if I can, at the end of the day, the 1050 and the 950 classes, really going to have to maybe look at them a little bit. Hopefully, the car count will be up, then I can still do them. Uh, would really like to maybe do a tailgate class. Have a lot of
Mm,
guys interested in that,
yep.
and in a stick shift class. But I don't want to break the class. Have so many classes that the car count is low in the classes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a trophy for everyone scenario. You want
Yeah.
everybody to have good competition. We don't want to just give it out because they showed up.
Yeah, I had guys running on Saturday that were the last car to leave because the 1150 and the DYO quarter mile class was so tight. They knew they had to hand in a good slip.
That's awesome.
Well, tell us a little bit about the route stops. Where'd you guys stop and along the route?
Um, so the first checkpoint was a fellow racer owns a garage, and we stopped there. That was the first spot, and then we moved on to a body shop that does mostly sandblasting and big truck stuff.
Okay.
That was the 2 checkpoints for day one. Um, day two, what the first one was like a coffee and uh, donut spot. Um,
Cool.
and then the second one was a spot that works on big trucks and boats.
Yeah, that's sounds like some cool route stops there.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured I'd flip through some of the photos I just grabbed these from your Facebook group. What is this thing? Is this like a GT40 kit car
It's
deal?
a GT40 replica. This guy was actually not in the Dragon Drive.
Ah,
Um,
it's cool
somebody
looking.
had posted the picture, but it's a kit car with a small block in it and a set of twin. I think it's got 88 millimeter turbos on it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
that
crazy.
is
It's a
rowdy.
completely hand fabricated car. Like,
Wow.
it's out of Quebec. The guys had some really bad luck with this car over the last probably, I'm gonna say probably 5 or 6 years. It
Mm.
was small block with nitrous on it. Had a fire back in probably around 2020 and
Jeez.
completely destroyed the back end of the car, but has got it rebuilt, and I think it's down into the low nines now, maybe high eights, and
Man, that
still
thing,
tuning on it.
yeah,
That's
that
cool.
sounds, that's wild. Twin 88s on a small box rowdy. So I'm taking it this photo here is your route there along the coast.
Yeah, so this is the guy. The post on this was that the guy had a set of earpods or something in his pocket, and he was from Charlottetown, PEI. So the ear pods routed his whole route from his house all the way around the 2 routes and back, and he posted this after the event.
How cool, man. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that's pretty neat. Was that a is there like a bridge or something that you went across there down on the bottom?
Yeah, so we didn't go across this bridge. He would have had to go across this to
To
get to
go
New
home.
Brunswick from PEI.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
That's
gotcha.
pretty neat, man. Yeah, and I was noticing like a lot of, obviously American style cars, you guys aren't far out of the states. I mean, people can understand you're New Brunswick, which is just north of all of those New England states. So, but it looks like a lot of cool cars, man. Really good turnout. Looks like some good racing based on the classes and stuff like that that we saw. We went over the winner list in, I think, episode 112.
yeah. Um, so it was pretty cool. We had some stories out of the weekend. You know, some guys had some trouble, and but it was awesome. Like at the end of the day, the guy was getting towed back to the track, but he was still laughing.
That's cool. Well, tell everybody where they can see you, where they can keep up with what's going to be going on in 2026 and all that stuff.
So East Coast Drag and Drive on Facebook. Most pretty well everything is going to be on there. I do have a website up, but I trying to get some more of the content on it.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it will happen soon. We're gonna have a whole lot of pictures of the weekend coming out. I just haven't got them back from the photographer yet.
That's cool, man. I'm telling you, it's always interesting to see drag and drives take place in brand new spots and do well. We always want folks because this gives people in the upper Northeast an opportunity to go do a drag and drive during a weekend. We say the regional events are the gateway drug to drag and drive. So I think you've done a great one here, man. I'm excited to see it over the next few years.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it to grow. My goal for this year was to have 50 cars registered. I had over that.
Hmm.
Trying, hopefully next year it'll be more like somewhere between the 75 and 100 for sure,
Yeah,
and grow from there.
yeah, that's
Awesome.
exciting. Well, Jason, thank you so much for coming on this morning, man. We appreciate it a whole bunch and wish you all the luck, sir. And we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you guys do for Drag and Drive is awesome.
Well,
appreciate
we
that.
appreciate that for sure, man. Again, it's the best car community that's out there,
For
bar
sure.
none. So, all right, buddy. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Thanks. How cool, man, dude. Worldwide today, man. I'm telling you. Real quick, some ad reads, real quick, and then we're going to bring in Ken White, who is on site at the where's he at? Street Week Sweden.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, thanks so much to Car Change 3D for being a part of the program here. We love Corey and all the team up there. The gentleman's agreement is simply this. We love doing this. Eric and I love doing this, but it takes a ton of time and money. And part of this agreement, we're going to keep doing that. You just need to hit that follow or subscribe button. So as we do that, please do that on your side wherever you're watching this. And that's the agreement. And then, of course, can't do this without our race car friends. So if you become a follower, you're automatically going to be caught up with all of our stuff that we do here, keeping everybody updated on all the drag and drive community. We say that Drag Drive Repeats your source for news and entertainment from the drag and drive community. And that's what it is. So thank you so much for being our race car friends. And thank you to our sponsors. If you're doing some shopping this morning while you're laying on the couch watching this, hey, hit these folks up. Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, which is free. You don't do any shopping there, you can if you want to buy some stuff. Sweet Patina, the best hand cleaning wipes on the market, and Racing Junk Classifieds, the official buy sell trade of Drag Drive Repeat. All right, PowerTube TV, jump over there. Just said it. It's free. Download the app on your phone, on your smart TV, whatever. You can find shows of ours. You can find exclusive stuff we put over there. I'm working on a video from the circuit that will take the whole weekend and put it on there in an hour-long video is kind of my plan for it. So jump over PowerTube TV, get that done, knock that out. And then Molly Motorsports. Guys, the guys at Molly aren't just Molly representatives and know about pistons and stuff, they are drag and drive racers. So get over there, find the Power Pack piston kit that works for your car. They got more than 1,200 applications. So surely Audis to small block Chevrolets, they got them. Whatever you're racing, they got it. So make sure you're hitting up the Molly Motorsports guys, George Wright or Eric Grillo. Right there, you can see their names on the screen if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. And then Molly is spelled Mahle to the folks out there listening to it. All right, sir. Let's get into this, man. The Howard's Cams community segment.
Yep. Play this quick video and we'll bring on Ken.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
I know that's right. Luke B. Let's go. I mean, you got to hang out with him at Great Lakes for 6 summer. That was pretty cool.
Yep, just for a little bit, but yeah, it's always good seeing him.
All right, sir. Let's bring on Ken right here. If you guys don't know, Ken White is pretty freaking awesome, man. We met him at Sick Week 2022. Been friends ever since. Ken, how are you, sir?
Wet is the correct word right now. But no, I mean, I'll give it to the people that are racing. They're getting ready. The cars are getting prepared, so the rain's not stopping them.
That's awesome. So do you think you guys will race today?
So today's just tech.
Oh,
We've actually got, so if we, I will go on, I'll show you.
Obviously, Ken is on site at 3 Week Sweden. We appreciate him doing this. He's going to be sending photos and videos, and he's also doing a write-up in Sick the magazine.
There's the drag strip that you'll see. It's actually part of their roundy track, and they've got a Porsche day on at the minute. So there's actually Porsche cars going round using the full track today, which is quite cool. You might get one in a minute.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll say that gives you plenty of stuff to watch for sure. That's awesome.
So today's just it's different. I've noticed the way they do the scrutineering here is, so we're in the pits here. The other side of the track, they've actually is where the guys come in. They unload their car there, and then they bring their car to scrutineering, which is over there. And then you can't enter the actual racer pits here until your car's scrutineered. So it's all separated out.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get into this bit, you are there's no trailers, it's all the setup for the drive. So
Wow.
yeah, I didn't realise that this morning when I went straight to where I had to go and then was on my own.
Well, tell us how far it took you to get to the track.
So from my work to here was 1,160 miles.
Oh my god!
But that's not, I know for you guys that's not long, but it was 7.
That is a long ways. That is a long.
Yeah,
way.
but I mean, I look at it. So I left England, went to France, then went into Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, then Sweden.
Holy cow.
But then it's similar to you guys having states, I suppose.
Yeah. Except I'm like that. Those aren't border crossings at states. You're not.
Well, there's only 2 passport checks. One to get out of England into France, and then one at Sweden.
Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man.
Just try and show you some stuff.
See some American style cars. What are some cars we wouldn't see over here in the States?
Well, I'll go over here. I spotted this a minute ago. So this is a Mercedes. We're running it looks like a very powerful diesel. So
Man.
it's a very clean, very tidy sort of old Mercedes. It's very, very nice looking car.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately a lot of them are undercover BMW with a little turbo sticking out. this is the English contingent. So we've got Al's Volvo, who run Sick Week 22 and 23. We've got the Monte Carlo that ran Sick Week 2023 but exploded on test day. And then we've got Rob's Passat, which is a LS twin turbo. That's run here last year, and that's the winner of the last 2 Street Weekend UKs. So they're here. That's the 3 cars with us.
Wow. Yeah, you're in good company, dude.
Oh, yeah. And then we've got, this is quite cool. Bit of old school paint on that one.
Yeah, I like the 90s style there.
But then next to that, you've got, I'm assuming,
A little Honda Civic there.
4-wheel drive Civic.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lot of the big cars, I say, are hidden away at the minute. But I mean, look, over there, you've got, I don't know, spin the camera. You've got Trans Am, Nova, Camaros.
Nice.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
Quite a lot of
interesting.
different things. And then you go to the other side, you've got an Audi and a Volvo.
And, man, go back to that huge-ass camper.
I was just looking at that too.
Where?
The
Which
camper.
car, sorry?
Yeah, back behind you, that camper.
Oh, the caravan, yeah.
Yeah, caravan.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is huge.
So that's obviously going to be doing the route behind that car. But yeah, look, the guys in Sweden, look, there's a lot of caravans. They seem to tow a lot of caravans just for the.
Yeah.
We've got no hotels, so you are camping. There you go, a bit of Brian Tooley racing. Very well set back LS in this Volvo.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then another car I have to show you just because it was crazy. I don't know what it is. It's very sort of old school gangster type car, but
Oh my.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool.
it's got a fairly big tyre on the back, but it's got wires on the front, big blower. That's definitely different.
I think I saw a picture of this on the maybe on your Facebook group, the Dragon Drive Life UK.
Yeah, I definitely shared last year, I think, when he was here, and some getting prep videos. But yeah,
that front seating area is open, like that's old school. Like have you a driver around there? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's got a bulkhead. Yeah, there is a bulkhead between. That's a bit like what's that? Any Which Way But Loose. When you got the gorilla in the front of the car, and Clint Eastwood in the back.
That's awesome. And then another race car friend of ours that's been on the show before is named Cody Clements. He's there as well, and he was posting up photos of the 32 or whatever they're racing.
They are over there. I've seen they were on site quite early actually this morning.
How cool, man!
Yeah, I'm going to go and chat with him in a bit. Hang on, I'm just going to rush over because there's a couple of different cars.
Yeah.
Over here.
So it's kind of cool to see still a lot of old school American muscle cars out there as well.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of. So I mean, I've been told before. I mean, for instance, whatever that is, I don't know what that is. But again, it's sort of Swedes tend to go for a bit of the oddball cars that the Americans weren't so keen on. So you've got a lot of different. I mean, I've just found as an example, there's a Dodge Stealth here.
Yes.
Which I had to look over because to me that's a Mitsubishi 3000. But
right.
And it looks to me, by going by the shifter, I think it's got like a modern Hemi in it. But we've got a couple of cars here. I mean, I think that's an old Volvo Amazon type car.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what we would call in England the Vauxhall Calibra. It's an Opel. But I'm assuming that this is like a Pro Mod chassis type deal because this has got some. There's something going on with that.
Holy jeez. Yeah, that looks awesome. That is awesome.
I think I'll keep an eye on that this week because that's a cool looking thing. But here's the. I like cars like this. So it's a small car, but it doesn't all fit.
Yeah, The attention to detail on cutting that hood out is pretty impressive.
That looks like another big
There's the
tire
Stealth.
car right next to it there. That
Yeah, there's a Camaro there. There's quite a few Camaros here, actually, like 60s. But yeah, you've got the Stealth. Probably a Morris,
Yeah.
a Chevelle.
There's a lot of cool cars there.
Yeah, for sure. The C10 truck.
And then, let's say you've got another, I'm assuming Pro Mod chassis car there.
Mhm.
But then you've got this Z3 BMW, which is running a very big tyre.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah.
And then next to that, I'm assuming this is a wrap, but this Trans Am's cool.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of Pro Touring sort of setups as well here, which is quite cool. But yeah, I like that. Oh, you said Cody. He's right down the end there. This one I caught a minute ago. So, you know, we talk about people switching over to street from race and things like that. Well, this guy here, he's got the Pro Charger belt off. Hang on, let me try and, yeah. And they've literally just put the intake straight on the front of the inlet.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then it's the charge cooler on top is capped. I don't know, am I filming that well? Can't see. But yeah, another car, obviously with a street mode.
Yeah. Jonathan Stonecipher says we all should be there. I agree, sir. I agree. We'll all three of us go over there next year and hang out with Ken. That'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, you were invited, but I get it. You're a busy man these days. I mean, that's another, he's got there.
I got to get my priorities straight. I got to get to Sweden.
European next to a really naughty Chevelle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just, and then just, yeah.
I think that'll be the interesting thing. And what's your plan kind of for the week? You're going to be posting up videos a bunch. What can we help show people to you?
Well, when we get off this stream, I'm going to see how big a dent there is in my data. But no, yeah, I'm going to try and do a couple of pit stops. Obviously, just get some action. Turn my phone off. Anything I can think of getting out, I'm going to share to. Obviously, I'm putting it on my personal profile because my group's private. You can't share from there. So I'll bung it on my personal, whack it in Drag Drive with P, Street Week Sweden, get the tag. And yeah, I'm not going to flood the market because I'm not the best at taking photographs. But try and give people a bit of insight.
Well, I'm going to share your Facebook page. That way people have, that way they can find you. So we would love to see as much as we can, man. Look at the size of that caravan, whatever you call it. That thing is huge.
Yeah.
And single axle, so it fits.
Yeah, but like you said that, we when we come to America, we say, look at the size of those trailers. Yeah, we do. Oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
I'm in. That car is so nice, and that's like a previous winner, right?
Oh yeah, this is one of the competitive cars. But then I like, and then you've got this very nice Volvo.
Yeah.
Just,
man.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about Street Week UK. I obviously get a very nice range of cars there, but this is
different. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Ken, we got to bounce, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time, coming on, walking us around the pits. Guys, go follow Ken right now. Make sure you're following him, see everything he's got going on, and dude, have fun this week, man.
Yeah.
Not having turned the racing wheel yet, it's been good.
That's awesome. All right, buddy, we'll see you soon.
Catch you later, guys.
See ya.
Okay.
How cool, dude. I'm so jealous. We got to get over there.
Man, there is a nice variety of cars there, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah. Again, Ken at Street Week Sweden out there hanging out. Man, we appreciate him being kind of our eyes on the ground there. And as we go through the week, they actually don't they run a live stream, but it's on solidsport.com/nitroz, and it's a paid deal. And I don't know how much, I didn't look into how much it was and all. It's in Swedish, whatever their dollar is, and I was like, I don't know what that means. So I didn't sign up, but maybe I will. Street Week Sweden going on since 2017, so this is their 8th or 9th year, something like that. So it should be a pretty interesting event. Obviously, you get to that kind of timeline, and there's some hitters that have been coming out there. So pretty awesome. Thanks again to Ken for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could have definitely been doing something else. Well, thanks again to Howard's Cams for the sponsoring the community segment. I'm always excited about this. Is something from somewhere within the Drag and Drive community.
And we still need to make a trip up to see Howard's Cam, since
Oh,
I've been saying that for 2 years now, and still got to make that happen.
yeah, we definitely need to get to tour the facility and all that kind of stuff. Well, sir, let's kind of wind this thing down. Tell us about what you found on Racing Junk Classifieds.
All right, so Racing Junk Classifieds obviously is the buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat. They have a drag and drive category made specifically for us.
Hey,
so
hang on real quick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
oh, he's bringing you on.
Hey, we're bringing you on here. Hang on. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Oh, what's happening, guys?
Hey,
Man, nothing. Tell him great to see
Howdy.
you.
All the way in Sweden.
Yeah, right. If you guys don't remember, Cody came on telling us his trip from Australia to Sweden to do this last year, and then back again for it this year, man.
Sorry, can't hear you because
I
I've got headphones on.
can't hear it.
You know what?
All right, hey Cody, it's good to see you, dude. We were just talking
Oh,
about.
stop that.
Oh, well,
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, just say hey. Thanks again. We
take
need,
me off.
we need to get Cody up back on here again. That's funny. They're gone. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Back.
No, you're good. You're
back on
good.
Racing Junk.
Yep. So let me pull this up real quick. We said we were going to do one today, but I kind of changed my mind, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we're going to do two, but the first one here is a 2004 Turbo LS Ranger, 6-liter, 4L80, 8.8, and 20,000 here. So
I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
yeah. And what's cool is you got the Ranger here, but you see Fairmont next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks kind of cool. So we'll scroll through the pictures here. It says a very clean looking Ford Ranger. Turbo LS deal.
The mother trucking Ford Ranger.
Yeah, looks like exhaust coming out the side
I
of
dig it.
the bed, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So super clean. Nice interior. Looks like it's got some racing seats, but really overall just a very clean car.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. 04 Ranger, painted Raptor gray, 4-inch single stainless exhaust, 60 LQ9 LS motor from an Escalade with Gen 4 rods, ATF built 4L80 stage 3 PTC converter spec'd by Dusty Bradford, BTR valve springs, 7875 VS Racing Turbo, and a triple Walbro fuel pump setup with AN8 push lock lines and an 8.8 swap with Caltrax. And then obviously it's got drag radials, a Holley Terminator X, and some Corvair front seats.
Nice. I feel like 20G is a pretty good number for that. Like, because
Yeah.
it looks like it's mostly sorted.
Yeah. Yep.
Street truck with a 4L80.
Yep. And so for the second one, the reason I pulled the second one is because it's the Ford Fairmont that is sitting next to the Ford Ranger. So obviously, had
two
to
for
pair
one
these-
trip. Yeah.
Yep. Pair these up together again. Same user, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. So you can go down to Florida and you can take your pick between a 2004 Turbo LS Ranger, or an 81 Ford Fairmont 5.3 with a TH400 that runs 8.6s at 153 for 25,000.
Which one are you taking?
I gotta go Fairmont.
Yeah.
There's something about a Fairmont, but I will say the Ranger appears to be cleaner.
Yeah. Well, it's also 25 years newer,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
true
is a
too.
super clean build.
Yeah. So you can see here, four-door Fairmont, scrolling through these pictures. Um, this is obviously a drag and drive car. I think this one has a cage in it. So it's an 81 Ford Fairmont Turbo LS swap, runs 8.6 at 153. It was built as a drag and drive car, L33 5.3 BTR Turbo Stage 2 spring and cam, VS Racing 88 millimeter turbo next gen, Bosch 210 injectors, a Holly dash with the 12-inch large screen, the Terminator X EFI, an electronic boost controller.
Jeez.
And you can see, I'm not going to read through all this, but there is a lot of stuff done to this car. It weighs 2,850 pounds, which I feel like
Jeez.
isn't bad.
Yeah, that's pretty light too.
So pretty
Wow.
sweet. I thought this was kind of a cool deal here, seeing both of those cars by the same owner. So you get the option here again between a 04 Turbo LS Ranger 6-liter for 20,000 or an 81 Fairmont 5.3 for 25,000. So shout out to. I'd like to figure out who owns these. To be honest, you know.
Yeah, because neither one of them have like drag and drive stickers on the front, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet,
So,
great finds, dude.
super cool finding those. Again, found the Ranger. We were talking about that one. That was going to be the one we are going with. I saw that first picture with the Fairmont next to it, and I scrolled a little more and found a Fairmont, and lo and behold, it was the same user. So I was like, you can't show one without the other. So
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody give that dude 45 grand, end up with 2 cars, and then let him build whatever he's going to build next. Because that dude's not getting out of the cars. He's just building something bigger.
yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. All right, sir. Well, lead us out of here, man.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in on this Saturday morning, July 5th. I appreciate everybody that's been on here. We've had a fun show. We've had 2 guests from outside the U.S. So, our Saturday international episode here. And we got to hang out with our race car friends. Again, Jason Richardson of East Coast Drag and Drive, Ken White over at Street Week Sweden. So appreciate both of those guys and appreciate all you guys watching. You guys are our race car friends. And of course, we say it all the time, can't do this without our sponsors. I couldn't have went to Mega Week, Six Summer, and the circuit all in 1 month if we didn't have these sponsors supporting us. So anytime you guys are looking for parts or anything like that, please check these folks out first because they support us. So appreciate you checking them out. Thanks to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solution, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Thank you guys, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday night.
Yep. See you guys. Sweet. Good show, dude.